So, sorry, I'm just checking the camera. Gotta make sure I look good. Anyway, some housekeeping. I have to say that this channel is not probably the most polished opinion you'll ever see, or opinions, but I do understand the nuance factor that comes with any opinion on something as heavy as religion. People tend to hold religion very dearly and quite weightedly on their minds, and for anyone to go against it, they expect a certain amount of sophistication in the arguments. Some do, some don't. There are some that are religious that don't really have all that much use for whether arguments are sophisticated or not against religion. They just know what they know and they believe what they believe, and that's where it ends. Now, I would also like to say that I understand that some of these videos may come across as highly contextualized based on news stories and current affairs and things that are happening in the world after the fact. So I'm not pretending to be any highly sophisticated person. I've even watched some of these videos and realized that some of it makes sense in the context of something that happened today or yesterday, or you get the point. So I'm not pretending to be anything more than just someone with an opinion who happens to have access to YouTube and Facebook channels. So don't ever take me too wrong. I'm just a guy with access to the tools of new media, and I do have a new media degree, so I'm not saying that I completely understand the power of having an audience that may or may not be, it could be anywhere between 0 and 1 million. I just don't know for a fact. I could check my stats, I could check my analytics, but I will never really know anything for a fact. So the point being is the channel isn't, or the website is not something to be touted or condemned based on my lack or sufficiency on nuance and sophistication. I'm just kind of expressing an opinion, and where it goes, it goes. I would like to kind of make light of the fact that my identity is not concealed. I do videos. I have a Facebook page with my real name on there. And I'm not exactly, despite the lack of sophistication, which I sometimes kind of, feel to myself, the identity and my identity and what I happen to think is not hidden. It is actually very publicly facing. So I've said it in a video before, I don't know what I don't want, and I don't know what I want. So I'm not asking for a tax. I'm not asking for, agreement. I can't tell you that I'm asking for anything. In the past 60 years, I have to say that I've become accustomed to people not necessarily paying too much heed to my posts. On Facebook especially. So I'm not saying that as some sort of begging for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just saying that because I don't expect anything. So that's the way it goes. If something happens, I address it. If nothing happens, I address that too, by making more videos, I guess. Anyway, so to kind of wrap up the whole, lack of nuance or sufficiency of nuance based on, temporally contextual data, I would say that I have something to say about religion when it comes to, and this may be coming out of experience more so than through intellectual endeavor. I would like to put forth the idea that if religion is so powerfully true and so in alignment with the way the world is, wouldn't childhood indoctrination be somewhat ineffectual, or could be negated, because once a child turns into an adult, they would be free to discover the power of religion, free to, discover the arguments for God, or discover the falsity too, but that's a different point. But free to discover the fulfillment that they could get from religion as adults. Technically speaking, they would, and based on the fact, or the quote-unquote fact of God's existence, they would find God in adulthood. So the childhood indoctrination rituals, when it comes to sending kids to religious schools, or to Saudi-funded madrasas, or seems kind of a redundancy, really, right? Now that's not reality. We're talking theoretical, so that won't ever happen. Even if kids don't attend public schools, secular public schools, their fathers and mothers are still very religious, and they would instill that in their kids no matter what. I don't think they would even be able to help it. There might be some conscientious parents out there that that may choose to remove religion from the mix in terms of their children's education. On the other hand, that would be kind of an atheistic way of going about child rearing, and we know that with atheistic children, they tend to have biases against religious people as well. So I don't see it. I don't see that as much of an issue when compared to some of the biases that kids grow up with when they're religiously educated. There's some real nastiness when it comes to religion. Homophobia. The perception of women in society and how they should function or not. There's things like circumcision, which is an issue that kind of strikes on a very physical and on a theoretical level, or theological level, or philosophical level. But let's not get away with it. Like, circumcision is not a philosophy. It's like cutting off foreskin from the tip of some guy's dick. Like, I mean, that's pretty damn crazy. I've been circumcised, in the spirit of transparency. So I don't necessarily feel it as some burden I have to bear, but I mean, I'm thinking if I wasn't circumcised, it would not have really bothered me all that much. Anyway, that's my thinking on that. But what I'm saying is, if you as a parent genuinely feel that religion is so powerfully true, then theoretically, if you did not give your child a religious upbringing, they would discover the power of God on their own as adults, and probably much more responsibly so, as opposed to this ingrown and upgrown bias and nastiness that comes with being religiously pure. So anyway, that's my video. Talk to you later. Bye.